How you doing? Stephen Hall here, Alliance Black Belt, first degree Black Belt under Alliance here at Hall-Pesadelo, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and we're going to show you a couple of options that we can have either for the triangle, for a sweep, or for an arm lock or shoulder lock from the wrecking ball control. That's what we call it here. It's an overhook. Okay? So, So, and I guess, well, yeah, let's do it this way. No, you stay there. That's good way. It's fine. So, first we have to actually get to that control. We have to make sure that we have a very good guard. Having a very good guard, we have to have them carrying our weight, so there should be nothing underneath you. As well, instead of our legs being straight out, our legs are going to kind of bite down, so we're going to bring his hips towards me, so I'm connected to him. Once I'm connected to him, I can actually involve his movement whenever I want to move. So now I'm going to affect him as immediately as I move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my hips away. My hands are coming and swim inside. Now as I go, I'm going to pick a side. So since I'm going to go to this side, my hips are going to go to my left. So as I'm here, when I bring my knees in, my hips come out. I push this arm away. As I push this arm away, this hand comes underneath, and I'm going to feed it as high as I can on the shoulder. I'm not worried about a choke here, but what normally happens here that people have problems with is the person, they move their hip back across, so they straighten you back out. So he'll move his hips back, and I'm here. So now I'm trying to get here, he does it again. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna act like I'm pushing away with my legs. I'm gonna maintain control. And as I go here, I'm gonna work like I'm kind of taking my legs out of a boot. If you want to come around to this side, I want you to see what's going to happen. I need to be all the way on my side. So what I mean by that is, if my hips are 90 degrees or less, he's just going to be able to push me back over. So if I get back to this point, if I'm 90 degrees and I'm leaning into him, I'm going to bite my elbow down so he can't have this arm back. Then when he pushes into me, I just got to keep my angle. I keep this leg right across his hip, if you can see underneath. I'm gonna keep my leg right across his hip and I keep pressure. Okay, so now we wanna work, as we're here, we wanna kind of force him away so he has to base on that arm. Once he has to base on that arm, I'm gonna take my foot and I'm gonna use it to climb up on his elbow. I wanna compress his arm in, and then I'm gonna take this leg off, and it's like a rubber band. As he comes, I close. Now, the thing is, you would want to try to get him up over here. Because his hand is already under you, you have a problem. So what we're going to do here is, instead of trying to put his arm across, he might be a very big guy, you have problems with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to maintain contact with him. We're going to pull our toes back. What that does is engages all of our muscles. Once you pull both of your toes back, you want to make sure for your angle. I want my thigh behind the shoulder, pushing through the shoulder. I want this thigh skin tight to his neck. And as I'm here, all I do is squeeze together. The thing a lot of people will do, even if they have the traditional triangle, they've gotten to this point, and they're pulling and they're pulling and they're pulling. He has space here. It's this a little bit. Really, I could finish it here. You pull the head. A lot of times that takes that artery away from where your leg is. So the thing is, you're flopping around here. There's really no pushing going on here because this is what chokes him on this side. So the way you're going to engage that is to make sure your thigh is where it needs to be. And then again, engage my muscles. Once I've engaged my muscles, all I'm going to do is squeeze. This is where I have it. So it really doesn't matter whether I don't have it all the way here. His hand is under, his hand could be here, he's there. Again, I get my thigh where it needs to be in alignment, my knee in alignment here, engage my muscles, and squeeze. So once again, all the way through. And what we call this control is wrecking ball control. This is control that I got from Marcus Wrecking Ball Hicks. He's also an Alliance Black Belt, former WEC fighter. And the control is something I got from Octavio Hashimio Puto. who's also a black belt under Jacare Cavalcanti, head of Alliance. And that's, you know, we pass things down. I don't like to claim anything for myself. I've made some adjustments, but that's where it comes from. So I'm trying to give that credit for where I got it from. So again, I started a good guard. My hands are up. I get to my side. As I feed my hand under, I feed it to this other hand. I go back to pressing so I can make sure that he doesn't go, and I'm going to straighten my legs away. As I straighten my legs away, I'm turning over and I'm placing pressure. My hips have to be past 90 degrees. Now I'm going to make one push with my hips and bring my foot, and I want to hook my toes on top of his elbow. Now that I'm here, I'm going to take this off, and like a rubber band, he comes back to me. I close my triangle as much as I can. Even if I'm here, watch. I'm back here, right? Most people feel like you can't finish there. So all I'm going to do, toes back to me, thighs in the correct place, thighs in the correct place, squeeze. And that's the triangle from racquetball control.